Welcome back once again, everyone, to NASCAR Victory Lane on Speed, which is presented by Camping World RV Sales, as Brad Keselowski hoists his first ever Sprint Cup Series Championship Cup. He has now got a big cup with us here on the stage. You know, Brad, so much has to go into this. You told us just a moment ago that life is a team sport. Your team was flawless all year long. You told us this morning that you've had great people around you throughout your life. I'm sure you'd like to have a chance to thank all of them.
Oh, my God, I would. There's so many, I can't even name them all. But I'm so fortunate, JR. I've got the best team in life. You know, I got a great family, a great system of coworkers around me and guys on the two team. And you know what? I got the best damn fans, too. You know that? I got them all, and I feel so lucky. So thank you to each and every one of you guys out there.
And Brad, you have a pretty good owner, I might say. And I have read and listened to every interview this week. And the most intriguing interview that I heard was your owner, Roger Penske, in the media center yesterday, that said, when we parted ways with Kurt Busch, I told Brad Keselowski, you have to step up and become a leader. And he said you've done that you pushed that race team, but you also pushed him to be more involved and step this whole program up.
Absolutely. We're nothing without Roger. He runs the whole deal, Larry, and you know, he's an amazing man. I feel so lucky to have him. He's got my beer. Hey, give me my beer back, Roger. But he's an amazing guy. He's done so much in life, and without him, this race team doesn't exist, you know, quite frankly. So thanks to Roger and thanks to everybody at Penske Racing. This one, it's for everybody at Penske Racing. Thank you, guys.
Hey, man, you know, the race honestly didn't play out the way that we thought the race was going to play out. You were so good in practice, and we didn't think the 48 was good at all in practice. But you guys ran right
I thought
together.
The same thing.
Yeah, but
you know what? That's why we don't race the stat book.
That's exactly right. There's my man.
Told me that a few times.
Because
even when it's not in my favor, you know how that goes. But go ahead.
No, but you guys ran real close together. You know, and I mean, almost all night long. He had trouble, obviously.
Yep.
But and you guys were on a little bit different pit strategy. Was that going to come into big play in the end as far as fuel mileage? Were you having
absolutely.
to save?
You know, at the end of the day, we blew the pit call, and that was my fault. It was my fault. We blew the pit call with, what was it, 105 to go, 110.
Yeah.
You needed to pit right there, and I knew it, and we decided not to, and that one's on me because the race was going to play out. The 48 car was going to win this race. And we were going to finish 16th, which was going to be just good enough to win it by 1 point. Obviously, it ended up having troubles, and it didn't play out that way, and we finished 15th. But either way, it was just one of those days, and we didn't quite have the speed we wanted, Kyle, but we made the most of it.
Brad, there are turning points or special moments in everybody's life, and it seemed like you were really inspired this morning from professional football player Ray Lewis left you a voice message. Tell us about that.
Well, I'm a huge gamer. And there's this one game that I love. It's called Madden Football. And the intro is Ray Lewis sitting in this empty, dark locker room. And, you know, he looks into the camera and says, I've always been told I'm not strong enough, I'm not big enough, I'm not fast enough, and I don't have what it takes. And that's the motivation you use all of your career. And you know what? I'm motivated by that. I'm motivated by every step of my life. I've heard people say that to me. And that's the motivation I've carried. And this year and with this team, I've realized that was wrong. That's not the right thing to motivate you. What it should tell you is that you're right. You can't do it by yourself. You can't do this sport by yourself. No matter how good you are, you have to have a team. And a team is much bigger than who you see out here wearing Miller Lite shirts. It's my family, it's my friends, it's my fans, it's every one of these guys that make this possible. And without them, you're right. I'm not big enough, I'm not fast enough, I'm not strong enough. So thanks to you guys. Thank you.
Awesome.
Brad, did you have that moment this weekend where the enormity of what was going on this weekend with the championship ever really sunk into you, or were you able to turn it off?
I got in there and drove the damn car as hard as I could drive it, and the rest of that crap will take care of itself.
Yeah.
Brad, you've been talking about the fans out here, and with all due respect to the last few champions we've had, they have spoken. We want a champion that's not vanilla, that's going to speak out. I think they may have found their man.
God bless them. If I could share this beer with all of you, I would, but this one's mine.
Hey, I got one more question here. I knew your father and your uncle when they raced. I was a kid when they came along. They were Dodge through and through, just like Petty Enterprises was Dodge through and through. Your father and uncle brought Dodge back to the Truck Series. How gratifying is it to win your first championship in that Mopar, in that Dodge.
Man, I feel
brand.
so happy for Dodge. Dodge is out of Auburn Hills, and I'm from Rochester Hills, which is right across the street, basically. And I remember when they built the Chrysler Tech Center, which is the home of all of Dodge, and I could see it when it was being built. I remember that as a kid, and that shows you how close we are and how the roots are. It's sad to see them go. I hope Dodge comes back very soon to the sport, but I'm also looking forward to 2013 with Ford. So I got the best of all worlds.
Brad Keselowski, you're a Sprint Cup Series champion, and no one can ever take that away from you.
How about that, JR?
Oh, no!
He just wore the picture. Oh, Larry is in trouble as we send Brad Keselowski off a little bit more wet than he came up. I think they'll get you a new phone, Brad.
We got to take my back. Good job.
He got you.
You ready? Ready? Green flag, green, green.